Sipping and roasting, yeah, that's what we do. Set 'em up, knock 'em down, make that cherry glow. Whiskey and cigars, the gentleman's cologne.
Cheers, y'all. Going in hot, ladies and gentlemen. That sounds like a party just about to happen.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to this fine radio program, podcast and video extravaganza known internationally
Hi, Mom.
as the world-famous Smokin' and Toastin'. We're up to show number 445. That is today's show.
That is approximately halfway to 500.
One of the reasons I love keeping you on the show is because you are the guy that can do the math. That's always that's always been one of the
maths that I do is I
you.
realize that when you tell the same joke over and over again, it actually gets funnier.
Funnier every time you tell it.
So right when you start to tell that joke over and over again, there's a slump in the funniness. Mm-hmm. But then it starts to pick up and it ramps up from there.
So you're saying that we're definitely on the uphill side.
we're on upsweep.
Oh,
Just like hurricane season.
That's what I thought. Yeah. Well, we are excited about today's show because we are expecting the ratings to be huge. That's because we've been joined by the Spikey Fots.
Oh, yeah. Crack open a hot mic and a cold beer for the Spikey Fots himself.
He is here once again, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the show. One of our favorite guests, Mr. Bartholomew Doxakis. We are so glad to have you here. So that's an old joke that I've told several times.
Yes.
But basically, it's because once when Dox was on, for reasons I don't completely understand, I introduced him as Andrew Doxakis. I don't know why.
Not the first time he was on either.
No, he's been on a number of times.
I think it was the last time he was on.
It's not like I didn't know his actual name, but now I have to introduce him with a different first name every time.
Well, Chris, it gives you a story to tell every time.
There's something particularly insulting about the fact that you went with Chris.
All right, Fred and Charles, we're going a little too far with this joke, all right?
Hey, I brought a friend.
Dox brought a friend, and I was going to introduce him, but then I noticed that he was wearing a Ferrand shirt, so I'm not sure I know who he is. Why don't you introduce him for us?
Yeah, this is Austin Millspa. Isn't he great?
Yeah.
It's like he's actually in the room. He's so lifelike.
Yeah.
No,
Did you say Austin Millbarge?
Millbarge. Millhouse.
Yes, correct.
His mom thinks he's cool.
Well, welcome. You have jumped to a different company, haven't you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Originally, last time I was on this show, I worked for Heaven's Door.
And we had some really good bourbon that day.
We did. We had some really cool limited releases.
Yeah.
I think I left you guys with the bottle, too.
I believe you did.
Yes.
Yeah.
I believe that
I won't let you out of the studio until you do.
I believe that none of that bottle still exists at this current time. But
For a good reason.
But that happens. Well, welcome, guys. We are thrilled to have you on the program today, and we do want to say a quick thanks to last week's special guest, Hawkeye and Daniel Blankenship, the home brewing experts, who showed up with some beer, and I have to say, I was not optimistic.
Pretty good beer,
But
huh?
it was good. It was good. The homebrew beer they bought was good. So, apparently, so here's what happened. I was in Specs, which, I'm never in
Surprise.
Specs. Yeah, like, what was I doing in there? I was in Specs.
When you walk up to Specs and the security guard goes, Mr. Cruz, how you doing today?
Exactly.
Wait. Do you walk up behind people and do like the voice of Specs thing? And start talking about whatever they're looking at. Go, that's a really lovely vodka here at Specs.
Yeah, I did, but one time this woman turned around and slapped me. So after that, I stopped doing it. So.
Yeah, but Mary, your wife got her.
I was thinking it, but you said it.
She doesn't do it just in Specs. It happens. It can happen anywhere. No, I was in Specs, and I was in the rum aisle, and I'm looking at all the Planterey rums, and I saw one. I was like, I've never seen this one before. And so I immediately texted Dox and said, it's clearly been too long since we've had you on the show. So what did he do? He showed up with bottles of gin.
That's our guy.
So
I love randomly texting him with strange strange rums that I find in the wild that are Planterey.
Yeah. It's I don't even remember what rum it was. I can look back in my pictures, but I see you did bring one rum with you.
I did bring one rum, and I did bring one rum. got that out. Okay. So, all right. So, yes, I did bring one. This is actually, that might have been the one you sent me, and this is a Specs exclusive. Should I say what it is right now, or should we save it for later?
Oh, you can go ahead and tease it if you want.
Cool. This is the Planterey Black Cask. This is.
I think that was what I took the picture of and sent you. Yes.
So, yeah, this one has been in Europe for a long time. They do a different series every year. It's always going to be a different blend of different countries. And last year, for Mr. Reedman, I finally got it approved to come to the United States for the first time to be sold exclusively at Specs of Texas. The only place that you can get it in the United States is at Specs, except now they do have friends in Florida. So, and ABC Liquors in Florida, you can also find this one.
Okay, good,
so
good
yeah,
enough.
Ben, we'll talk about it later. But honestly, out of all the black casks that I've had, this one is by far my favorite.
Oh, cool.
I'm going to set this up. It's going to knock you down.
Super looking forward to it, and to the numerous bottles of gin that you brought as well.
Numerous. You're great. Dare I say, I think you'll leave here gin-spired.
You know, he used all the good ones before the show.
Yeah,
and
he
he
did.
out Gin
He had
Spired right now.
several before the show
Now
that
he's
were
going to punish
that were
us.
really funny, but yeah. Well, in addition to the gin blossoms, we will also have some beers on the show today. Brought in some beers for us to taste from Bizarre Brewing out of Seattle, Washington. We'll be tasting their Italian-style Pilsner called Death Rides a Horse.
Nice.
So I don't know what that means, but we'll get there. From Black Stack Brewing in St. Paul, Minnesota, a double IPA called Dad Jokes.
Nice.
Now, have you watched the dad jokes thing where, like, there's two celebrities and they're trying to make each other laugh?
Oh, and it's all dad jokes? No, I haven't seen that.
Hilarious.
That's half of this whole podcast.
Because of the dad jokes?
Is that why you guys brought Docs?
It's like, watch it,
exactly.
I live it.
And from Equilibrium Brewing out of Middletown, New York, their Imperial Stout called, and this is just one of those humble, our beer's not that important, really, type of names. It's called Tree of Life.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So we'll look forward to tasting that. And, of course, we'll be tasting some gins. Some
that are gems.
Gems
that
of
are
his
gems.
gems.
Not
Yeah,
gems.
good
That's
save.
different.
And maybe they will be. We're excited about that. We'll be bringing you a couple of our regular features here on the program. In the second hour of the show, we like to do something that we call Drinking News. Drinking News is where we bring you a story from the news that is sometimes, but not always, about drinking, but is always best enjoyed if you've been drinking. And our Drinking News teaser headline for today is... It's perfect for when we have Docs on. Listen to me. I have no idea what I'm talking about. And we'll bring you a drunken fact as well.
Otherwise known as, listen to what I mean, not what I'm saying.
That's right. This is what my dad used to say. You know what I mean, not what I say. Thanks, Dad. Is that a dad joke, too? Our drunken fact for today will bring you something you can share at parties that's, just make you sound like you're really knowledgeable and on top of it. Our drunken fact teaser for today is, at least it wasn't scratch and sniff. So we'll look forward to those. Right now, I'm looking forward to trying our beverage of mystery. Ooh. It has been poured, and we call it the bomb for short. The beverage of mystery is where one of us will bring in a drink of some sort.
The beverage of mystery.
Thank you. Sometimes I forget the cool beverage of mystery sounder. The beverage of mystery is where one of us brings in a drink of some sort. It is sometimes a seltzer, sometimes a cider, sometimes a beer.
It smells like a sweet tart.
Yes, it
Sometimes
does. That's
Malort.
exactly what I was
It smells
thinking.
like one of those nerd packages when you open them up. The
Yeah.
Oh,
nerds.
yeah.
Yeah.
Before you drop them into the Coke. Oh, no, that's
Exactly.
Pop Rocks.
Well, you still do nerds, too. It works.
Nerds. Are they the same thing? Nerds and
This
Pop
is,
Rocks?
I think
no, they're different,
We
but-
might be the same age around here, and that y'all might get what I'm saying by this. It smells like a Little League baseball game concession stand. You know what I'm saying? No, I mean that. I just like
No,
that.
you're right.
Because
Minus
they
the
sell
sweat.
The candy,
stuff. Yeah.
the snow cones, that sort of
Add in
thing.
the smell of Frito pie, and it would be complete.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, so the only one of us who knows what this is the person what brung it. That's me. Everybody else is going to guess at what we might have here. So, sniff, taste. What do you got for us?
Warmer than I thought.
It is.
That's because Ian was supposed to bring the beverage of mystery, and this one was in my bag just
This
in
is
case.
true. My beverage of mystery is sitting on my dining room table right now.
Yeah. So this one's
It's
not
Right by the door where I
not
can't
quite
That's
as
how
full.
much of a mystery it is. We do not know what it
It's
is.
so mysterious.
Fortunately, I had this in my bag. It just wasn't refrigerated. So
Okay, this isn't
Fortunately, it's not the
very
superlative I would
little-
use right now.
This isn't as strong as I thought it was
This
going
has
to be.
very little carbonation.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not as strong as I
it
thought it was going to be.
looks more
Actually-
carbonated than it is.
This is. I'm going to call this drinkable because it's not sweet.
You were not impressed.
I don't love it. No. No, I don't love it.
What about you?
I would say flavor-wise, it's a little flat. The nose is kind of fun.
Probably be better if it were ice cold. I would
Probably.
think. Yeah.
Yeah, but it needs more carbonation. I actually don't like this one because it's not enough carbonation, and the nose is much stronger than the actual taste.
So
of it.
this is a
Totally.
I think I'm just jaded and bitter on this because like the
he
fact
he
that
totally
it's not
drained
too
his cup,
sweet,
though,
I
man.
did. I
He's,
mean, it's
he's getting the last few
drinkable.
drops out, like
that's
banging them
normal.
out.
The fact that it's not too sweet and the fact that it doesn't leave a terrible
a saccharine aftertaste.
I agree with that.
aftertaste in my mouth. I'm like, hey, it's at least drinkable.
What's
I don't know that
interesting
I
is
bring it on the river.
this may be the very first beverage of mystery on this show that Ian kind of liked and Terry didn't. Terry's usually the
'cause it's not
easiest to
sickly sweet.
convince.
See, but the thing is here, I'll tell you what the key is there. Ian is less about carbonation than me. I like a lot of carbonation, and Ian is cool with not much carbonation in things. And I think that it would be better if it was carbonated.
I like fizzy water.
More carbonated.
And even when it goes flat, it's water. What's the
That's
hate?
true.
I mean,
That's
come
true.
on.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
I'm
but-
gonna agree with your assessment. I think I would like that a lot more if it was like really cold.
I think
Really
it would have
cold.
been better, and
Yeah.
I apologize that it wasn't, but
It probably tastes pretty good, like ice cold glass of ice, and especially those little tiny balls like Sonic Ice. You know,
I love
yeah.
Sonic Ice.
Yeah.
Oh, you have
Yeah.
a
I
question
like to
for
call
me?
that angry ice because it just makes everything real cold.
You have a question for me, sir?
So, is that a beverage of mystery in your pocket, or are you just happy to be here?
I'm happy to be here because Dox is on the show. I'm always happy to
yeah.
be here when Dox is on the show.
I get that a lot.
But we have been sampling an Eighth Wonder Cannabis Wonder Water.
My guess was going to be a THC. Seltzer.
THC seltzer, yeah. And so Eighth Wonder is a local brewery here in Houston. They were purchased not that long ago by a cannabis company. And so once that happened, they continued to make beer, but they also started releasing a number of different THC cannabis drinks. And this one, it doesn't say on here anywhere that it's grape flavored, but they have cans in other colors, and this one's purple. So I suppose
Purple flavored?
It's implied. It's purple. Yeah.
So they've gone
Is
from.
it could just be like the sweet tarts where they're all different colors, but they all taste exactly the same.
Yeah. You're. That's a good point.
It's more like something to think about while you drink it.
See, I love sweet tarts. I always keep them in the car if I'm on a long drive and I'm starting to get drowsy. Sweet tarts are good at helping you like stay
Sour
awake.
Patch Kids.
Sour Patch Kids will do it as well.
This one's 10 mgs.
Okay.
Is it really?
I've 10. I've had their lime one, which is I believe 8. I liked it. It wasn't bad. It was good. So they're owned by a cannabis company now.
Yes, a
So now
cannabis
we're
company
going from
bought
Eighth Wonder to Eighth Wonder. What I was doing a second ago.
It's kind of like that. It's kind of like that. All right, we got gin to taste. We got all kinds of stuff to get to, including the Drunken Fact, which will come up next. You are watching and listening to Smokin' and Toastin', and we will be right back. Welcome back to Smokin' and Toastin'. Our program is all about craft beer, fine spirits, and hand-rolled cigars.
love
And it's
those
heard every week on great radio stations like WQXL-AM, Columbia, South Carolina,
Yeah.
and 990 AM WGSO, New Orleans.
I love when you do that. You get a little Casey Kasem in your voice.
Yeah, well, it's just it was part of growing up, you know. It was just like and it was one of the few impressions I've done that people haven't thrown stuff at me when I do it. So
you do it oddly well.
So there we go. It's time to look into the corner of the internet where all things are true, and bring you a fact that we like to call the Drunken Fact. And the Drunken Fact is something that you can communicate with people at a party. Maybe after they've had a few, they'll think you're wildly knowledgeable. That's
Man,
what it's
that
all
guy's
about.
Smart and stuff.
We're helping you out.
He
We
knows
like to
things.
call it.
And now it's time for another smoking and toasting drunken fact.
It's a feature that we do that we continue to do only because we cannot stop listening to that fanfare.
Yeah, I mean,
It's just too
otherwise
good.
the fanfare would be for no reason.
Right.
That would just be, you know.
Yeah, why would we do something like that on the show? Drunken fact, we know these facts are true, by the way, because they came from the internet.
Yes.
Okay, so here you go. Today's drunken fact. There is actually, and this is a perfect one, by the way, for a show where we have Docs on. There is actually a word for someone giving an opinion about something they know nothing about. An ultra-crepidarian.
An ultra-crepidarian.
An ultra-crepidarian is someone who voices thoughts beyond their expertise.
Ultra-crepidarian. I'm
Yeah.
memorizing that right now.
Ultra-crepidarian. Yeah.
Wait.
I'll forget that by the end of the
How
show.
does that
but-
apply to me?
You gotta say
though?
that like
I'm
3,
just
4
I'm just
times.
saying it's
Look,
I'm just saying it was perfect to share when you're on the show. I didn't say it applied to
I
you.
cannot work under these conditions. I will be in my trailer. Okay.
And the word once again, for those of you trying to remember it, is ultra-crepidarian. And so there you go. So now we've come to the point in the show where we like to welcome our own ultra-crepidarian, Mr. Ian Barry, who will talk about a
Wait,
cigar that he smoked
Wait,
this
that
week.
was a very backhanded compliment.
It was.
He's been slinging them today.
Yeah.
There's a lot of anger at this
They're just
table.
out there,
When
right?
Docs comes in,
I got
you
in
have
the way,
to be
I'm
ready.
sorry.
You have to go on offense when Docs is here. That's all
Can
I'm
you bring
saying.
my gain down just a little bit?
Yeah.
I'm
So, did you have a chance to smoke anything
I
interesting this
did.
week?
I did. I went out on my patio last night, and I like to go out there really late because I forgot that I had to do a cigar review. Mm-hmm. So it was about midnight when I started this.
So, hopefully you weren't too sleepy to finish the cigar.
No, it was fine because I had already napped on the couch.
Okay.
So I lit up
The
the.
life of a radio superstar cigar aficionado.
So I looked in my humidor and I found myself a Rojas unfinished business.
Oh.
Now I find myself absolutely loving Rojas cigars.
Yeah, they
like
make some
every
really
one I've
interesting
had, I love them. The whole Street Tacos line.
I just got one of their, it's called Texas Toast.
Yeah.
I haven't smoked it yet. I'm
Like
excited.
I haven't had one that I don't love yet, and the Rojas unfinished business is no exception. This was the Toro, coming in at 6x50 with an Ecuadorian Sumatra wrapper, a Nicaraguan binder, and filler from Mexico and Nicaragua. The appearance on this ruddy brown wrapper, smooth and oily with very few veins, medium box pressed, medium firmness overall. A black and copper band. It's a great looking cigar. The pre-light sniff on this mocha and sweet coffee with a little bit of barnyard on the back end of it. The pre-light draw, I used a cutter, had a light draw to it, leathery and earthy on the lips with sweet coffee and mocha and a kiss of red pepper tasting in the back of the throat a little bit. The initial light, I'm not going to play a song, but it was a Nicaraguan pepper blast.
Oh, wow.
Right off the bat.
We haven't had one of those in a while. actually.
Leathery and spicy. The retrohale is peppery and woody. The first third of the cigar comes in sweet and spicy with a backbone of leather, a lingering aftertaste of brownie batter, and a kiss of cayenne. Leather and rich earth tingle on the lips. Retrohale is warm brownie with a bit of pepper. Solid ash, perfect burn. I'm not lying. The retrohale on this was so good, I couldn't wait for every puff to do the retrohale.
Oh, that's awesome.
Because it was like just brownie. Proposed pairing on this. I was drinking an Oktoberfest beer because it's August or whatever it is, and that went well. But then I went in and did my whiskey sniff, and Whistle Pig won.
Oh, interesting.
So Whistle Pig, a little bit spicy, a little bit sweet.
Little rye with the spicy.
Yeah, it went really well. This was the 6-year Whistle Pig. And went well with it. The second third of this coming in a medium
It was the
strength.
6 year because you're not independently wealthy. Right? I mean, even that's
I
an
can afford
investment, you know?
My wife loves rye whiskey. So rye whiskey at the house goes immediately to my wife, and she starts making old fashions with it. Which, by the way, she's got.
Are you dependently wealthy?
Yeah.
Dependently wealthy, I wish.
That'd be wonderful.
I mean, I do not see the problem.
I could be a boy toy if I had to. Anyway, the second third of this coming in at medium strength, sweet, gritty, brownie-laden goodness, balanced by lingering spice, underlying earth and leather, round out the profile and leave the palate seeking another puff of dense smoke. The Whistle Pig goes like syrup on pancakes with this. It was so good. Retrohale's warm brownie and oaky with a hint of pepper and solid ash. Perfect burn. The last third of this spice remains consistent, and a raw sugar note kind of sneaks in. Leather and oak move up front, finished off with the Nicaraguan pepper blast from the first light. It went full circle.
Nice.
Retrohale is peppery and sweet with oak, solid ash, perfect burn. Coming in at about $10, I get a 5.5. This was a fantastic cigar.
Nice. All right, we'll talk more about it. Plus, I'll tell you what I had to smoke this week, and we'll get started tasting some gin when we come back. It's Smoking and Toasting. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Smoking and Toasting, our program that's all about craft beer, fine spirits, and hand-rolled cigars. It's show number 445. Dox is in the house. We got a lot going on, so let's jump right to it. Let me tell you about the cigar that I had this week while Ian's pouring some beers, and Dox, I think, is going to pour some gin for us.
It's cold gin time again.
Are you going to pour into the, are you going to use the Glencairn glasses there, or should we pour into plastic cups?
Unless you feel like some Scotchman is going to kick the door open and say, "That's not for gin."
Well, they may because we have crazy people that kind of hang out here around the show.
Austin pours.
Yeah, I'm like, if this had been a Dox pour, it'd have been half of that. So, I want to tell you about the cigar I smoked this week. It was the Caldwell, the Last Czar. Toro. Caldwell's a very interesting cigar company.
I just wish they had more epic names.
Yeah, they put out a lot of different cigars. A great deal of them are somewhat limited quantities. Speaking of epic names, I really enjoyed a Caldwell Mad Mofo Bellicoso that I smoked a few weeks back. So I was pretty excited about getting to the Toro size of the cigar that they call the Last Czar. The Last Czar uses a hybrid Connecticut Arabica. Arapiraca. Arapiraca. Arapiraca.
Can you use that in a sentence, please?
Yes. Arapiraca battle broke out and LL Cool J won.
Good night, everybody.
Thank you. We'll see you next week on Smoking and Toasting. Uses an Arapiraca Maduro wrapper
downhill from here.
from Ecuador, and it's rolled in the Dominican Republic. Caldwell does not disclose what tobaccos were used for the binder and filler. They simply put out a wrapper that I can't pronounce and then said nothing about the binder and filler.
50 cent.
Yeah.
Or 50 cents.
50 cent. Oh, you think he could outdo LL Cool J?
No, I'm just saying that's how you pronounce it. 50.
50? Okay.
Yes.
Well, 50 can't out-rap LL Cool J. I'll tell you that right now.
I mean, forget Oreos, eat Cool J cookies.
LL's the man. The cigar's medium brown, rolled nicely, elegantly presented. Kind of looks like an expensive cigar. I decided not to mess with the pigtail cap, and I used a straight cut to open it up. Pre-light sniff and cold draw gave me notes of caramel and malt with some confectioner's sugar and dried fruit, a little sweeter than I was expecting.
Nice.
I decided to go ahead and light this baby up, and I got no big pepper blast from the very first few puffs, but plenty of flavor, baking spices, dried fruit, and a smooth creaminess that would almost make me think the Last Czar was a milder blend, except for the kick of red pepper that started to materialize on the tongue about an eighth of the way in. Cigar started out mildly enough, but midway through the first third, the strength ticked up rapidly until it was slightly over medium to full. Construction and burn were quite good. Flavors continued to morph as I hit the second third. Chocolate, caramel, and malt, along with more dried fruit, pepper, and baking spices. The burn line stayed strong, and I could almost feel the cigar gathering itself to shoot toward being full-bodied as I smoked it down into the final third. And that's exactly what it did. The strength and body came roaring up to 11, especially notable on the finish and in the retrohale. And speaking of things that go to 11, have you seen they're making a sequel to This Is Spinal Tap?
Yes, I have.
I have to admit, I'm over the moon about this. Now, if they'll just make a Big Lebowski sequel, and one more decent Star Trek movie, I can die a happy man.
Did you see the Happy Gilmore sequel yet?
No.
Can I
watched
just give kudos for the fact that he was able to put alcohol in anything? There was a running joke at the beginning where he basically had alcohol in everything.
I'll
was
watch
great.
it. I'll watch it when it comes to streaming.
It's on
it's
Netflix.
streaming.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's on
it's on streaming.
Netflix. Yeah, it's just on
Straight to
Netflix.
Netflix.
Yeah, it
Alright,
went straight.
alright.
Yeah, I don't think it was yeah.
Okay, then I'll watch it next time my wife's out of town. She hates Adam Sandler.
He has a big like deal with Netflix. I would like to see how much Netflix really pays him
I
because he
think
makes
they paid him
so
a lot
many
of money.
movies for
Yeah.
that. I mean, for all of
the
them.
last Czar's last third behaved a little more like the full-bodied cigars that I've smoked: pepper, earth, and fermented tobacco. A bit less subtlety, a bit more punch. Proposed pairing: something with a little sweetness to counteract the last Czar's strength. I'm thinking about like a Ranzacapa edition Negra Guatemalan rum, or maybe something from Planterey.
Maybe.
Sorry, I wrote this before I knew you were going to be on the
I'm
show.
in my trailer. I just
That was last night, by the way.
I actually wasn't going to read that, but I thought let's just see what happens. Caldwell last Czar in the Toro size, sold originally for around $18 a stick. Most places seem to be sold out of them, but not only did I find this one online, but it cost me $4. That's right, 4. The number between 3 and 5. Honestly, if I'd paid $18 for the cigar, I think I'd have been a little underwhelmed. It was nowhere near as nuanced or balanced as the Ipi Carrillo Endure that I talked about a few weeks ago, but at $4 all day long. Well, at least all of the day after I've had a chance to get something to eat, because this is not a good cigar to smoke on an empty stomach. So, as far as price to quality goes, at $18 a 4, at $4 a 6.
Nice.
So, there you go. And by the way,
You can find the Caldwell cigars on sale, Cigar Page, or
yes, you can.
and they're great. Like, I haven't found a Caldwell that I don't like.
And just to be clear, I would have had this with a Planterey rum, but all of the ones that I have they're all empty.
Yeah, I had that problem with mine too. The last time Dox came on, he gave me a Land Selection 12, and I think it's the first time I ever emptied one before they came back on.
The problem is the Planterey rum has that highly evaporative quality.
They do. I've noticed there's a hole in the bottle. In
As soon
many
as
of
you
them.
open it, it's like what's going on?
face.
Yeah.
yeah, guys. I'm traveling back in time.
Yeah.
And my dear mother,
time.
God bless her, I just remember there was some point in my teenage years where after trying and trying, she goes, you know what? I do what you want. I just don't care anymore. That's where I'm at right now.
Well, good.
That's where I'm at right
Because
now.
it's about time for us to sample some Citadel gin.
Oh, do we make gin? I didn't know that.
Well, apparently I didn't many moons ago.
I'm dying 1,000 deaths.
Okay. So you were on the show, and I said, "Really, you make gin?"
Yes.
And so that's why you brought all this gin here to show me.
Yes,
this is
Not
what
only
happens-
do they make
This
gin,
is what happens when Chris looks at me and goes, "Hey, man, get that rum guy on again."
yeah, then he shows up with gin. This is exactly what happens. Yeah.
So,
But you should know, if you are holding the title of the rum guy, that means that we hold your rum in higher esteem than anybody else's.
with the occasional hiccup of the Ranzacapa, I dig it. All right, so
All right, yeah, I got it. But look,
listen, you can.
what does it say that I had Ranzacapa still left over, and I didn't have any Planterey?
Listen, you can lead a horse to water,
that's
but you
pretty
can't keep him from
awesome.
drinking from the toilet. Okay.
Well done, sir.
Yeah, I thought so. Let's have some gin. Let's all drink heavily on the gin.
No,
Try to get me out of this hole that
I'm just teasing.
apparently got myself
we
in.
love our fellow rums and our fellow rum
All
makers.
right, good.
So, okay.
Now this is. I just want to say this is
Now back to
very-
our show.
This is very flowery, botanical-ish. on the
Well,
nose.
it is gin.
Yeah, but
It better
but
damn well
even
be
as
botanical-ish.
gins go, this seems.
To
be a bit on the-
It's you know what? You're not wrong, because there are 19 botanicals inside
This
Citadel.
show is not going to end until we have guessed, and you're not allowed to tell us every single botanical.
Yeah, what botanicals do you
order.
think are in here there, Ian?
I think
Okay,
Dox
go
is
ahead.
one
You know
knows all
what?
19.
Let's just clear the segment. Go for it.
All right, Ian, you're up.
Juniper. One.
One.
Okay, I got that one. I got that
Darn
one.
it, you stole my answer. Now I have to start over.
Are there really 19 botanicals?
90 botanicals, yes.
Wow,
I know it
that's
seems like a
pretty
lot,
impressive.
but it's a delicate balance. And I want to tell you
There's
a
a
little bit.
highly lemongrassy note in here. That's
Well, there's no lemongrass, but there is lemon. Two kinds, two variety. But
that's it.
The story behind this is that we are a cognac house at heart.
I just figured out some of the
Ferrand.
ingredients.
I am talking, sir. Cut his mic off.
This is what happens when the Spikey Fots is on the show.
That's an attitude.
Yep.
This would never have happened on Chris Hartman's show if he still had one. By the way, I saw a bottle of T.W. Samuels inside the freezer there.
Yes.
This for when he swings by or what?
Yeah, that's exactly what it's for. I don't know who brought it up, but we stuck it in the freezer and said this is going to serve one of two purposes. Either it's for when somebody forgets to bring the spirit that week, and we'll have something that we can try and talk about.
That's something.
That is
Or
something.
it's for the next time that Chris
Is that
pod
the one?
crashes.
I believe that might be the one that says there's bourbon in every drop.
Oh, wow.
Which is kind of like when High C Fruit
Yeah.
Punch used to say, contains 10% real fruit
There's
juice.
real fruit juice in every drop.
Yeah, they're not wrong.
Yeah.
Okay. Can we hit the pause button just for 30 seconds?
Sure.
Yeah. What was that word that you used there for the curmudgeons, the ultra curmudgeons?
I'm gonna have to actually go back to it. It is ultra crepidarian.
Crepidarian, that was close.
But it's not a curmudgeon. It's somebody who voices thoughts beyond their expertise.
Well, see, Austin was telling me stories about these guys. Him coming from the bourbon world, that's all. He felt like, oh my God, my ass and ultra curmudgeons.
I mean, that's almost every tasting, right?
This is like a sequel to
When you
Grumpy
talk
Old
about
Men.
the whiskey tasting and bourbon tasting crowd, yes, they can be
Well, yeah.
special.
It's a little bit disheartening sometimes. I always thought it'd be fun to drop a little factoid and tell people, what's the minimum age of bourbon, and people will start yelling out months and years and everything in between. And I always like to kind of say, take the caps off the barrel, pour new make in a fresh barrel, let it roll out the other end, and it's bourbon. Just a fun little Jeopardy fact for us all to talk about, tell our friends at a party, kind of like a drunken fact. And I had a gentleman very unhappy with my factoid and pretty much decided to voice his opinion mid-presentation and just go, I've been drinking for 40 years, and
Can you do it?
I think I know a little bit more than you about whiskey. And I
Can you
was
do it like
sorry.
Kentucky Colonel?
Yeah, I
Oh,
wish.
son, I've been making bourbon here for 40 years.
When I wasn't making no bourbon, but
I'll say
was not great.
You know the
more
Colonel shot a
emphatic
man.
you are about anything, the more factual it becomes, right?
That's right.
Exactly.
It doesn't actually have to be based in fact. You just have to truly believe it.
But we live in like a time when even members of the government tout what they call alternative facts. So you just gotta roll with it sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
But I'll tell you this: ordinarily,
I'll tell you an alternative fact. Soundgarden was a great band.
oh, there's
Alternative fact.
that is a good alternative
Yeah.
fact. I like that one. Now, you know what? Normally, when it comes to
You're just
gin,
mad you didn't come up with it.
normally when it comes to gin, I am drawn more towards the less botanical flavors, like the ones that are a little less flowery, if you will. But I got to tell you, this just combines perfectly. This really, really works. It's 19 botanicals.
Well, I want to back up a little bit. How much time?
3.
Thank you.
Three minutes. You're
We had was that unprofessional of me?
No,
calling it
you're
out.
the first
Get in
guest
there.
who's ever paid any attention to the time
yeah.
cues.
Can I eat while we're talking also?
No, Chris.
We are a cognac house at heart, and it's against the law to distill cognac in the spring and summer months because we're not allowed to put any kind of preservatives into that wine that we're going to distill to
Right.
make cognac. So back in 1993, Alexandre and the team said, you know what, we're going to try our hand at gin. And that's how Citadel was born. But we did not want to do something that had already, we did two things. We didn't want something that had already been done, and we weren't looking to reinvent the wheel. You didn't have all the gins that we have now. Back then, the only gin quality that you were going to get were going to be the Tanquerays, the Bombays, and the Beefiers and that sort of thing. But that's been done. We wanted something that was still a London dry, juniper forward gin, but something a little bit more balanced, because the secret behind any cocktail is going to be balance, and balance. Yeah, I got it. So we want something that was going to be make a balanced cocktail, so we came up with a balanced gin. And I can get into that in the next segment if you want. But I will say this though: when we first made it, all of the powers that be, the BNIC and cognac said absolutely not. You could not do a gin inside a cognac still. And, it just shook their heads and stroked their beards and clucked their tongues. And if you're ever driving through cognac, which we do quite a bit, there's hundreds of distilleries there, and some of them are very small operations. Then they always used to say two things on the sign: Pinot de Charon, which is a dessert wine made with cognac, and cognac. All of them. Now you drive through there, they all say Pinot de Charon, cognac, and gin. All the guys that told us that we couldn't do gin are making gin now. So,
You know what we call those guys? We call them ultra-crepidarians. That's what we call them.
Ultra-crepidarians.
Yeah, that's what we call them. People who voice thoughts
Today's
beyond their
show is
expertise.
brought to you by the word ultra-crepidarian.
Yeah. I'll see if I can remember it by the end of the show.
And
Balance,
the letter
though,
U.
is 100% what makes this work for me. Again, I usually like the gins that are a little less forward with the botanicals. But here, the juniper is really balanced by all that other stuff that's going on
Now,
in there.
if you take a gin,
the other 18,
and you take, all that botanical thing out of it, you're going to end up with vodka. You got to be
Right.
careful about that.
I get it. I get it, but at the same time, sometimes the gins that I have liked are ones that are, slightly more towards that, as opposed to tasting like the bushes that
Or a
my
little
grandmother
less-
used to grow in her
little
front
less-
yard.
A little less traditional, so a little less juniper, that kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. But
Because I
this
think gin has to have juniper. in
this
it,
is
right?
Absolutely.
At
big
least
time.
51%.
It's big time juniper, but it's balanced so well by the other 18.
It is actually
botanicals
so
in it.
I mentioned lemongrass earlier. You said there's no lemongrass in there, but there's lemon. So I'm assuming one of the other ingredients is grass. But the lemon note in
It's
this
a botanical,
is really
right?
delicious.
Yeah.
See, I've got three out of the 19 right now.
Okay.
I mean, I'll throw a factoid in about Citadel is when we first started making it, we actually were making it illegally until we convinced the BNIC to approve us.
Oh, I
to
like
make
this
the gin.
story.
And when we brought it to the U.S., the first state we brought it to was Texas. And specifically, I want to say the first city was Houston.
Because of this man right here.
Yes,
Correct.
to take full credit for it. That's a
We'll
lie. That's
take
not
full
true.
credit when we come back. It's smoking and toasting.
Don't let this. It's a pretty good snare drum sound.
Ooh, I like that. That brought a little extra zip to it. Welcome back into Smoking and Toasting. Our show is all about craft beer, fine spirits, and hand-rolled cigars. We're talking Citadel Gin today, and we just tried. Tell me which one that we just tried, because that was the one with the 19 different botanicals.
We just tried the original.
So it's the original.
Correct.
It says Gin de France.
Gin de France, and it's gin, which means gin, French gin. But we were the first one. There was no gin being
There was
produced
no
in
other gin.
France at that time.
But now you're saying everybody's making it. Because,
yeah, no, there's quite, and there's a lot of good ones out there. But we did it first. But
Are
we
they
did it
as good
first,
as the
we
Ronza
did it
Copper
best.
rum?
You know what? I swear to God, that's it. Austin, kick his ass.
I gotta go.
Oh, this is why you brought us.
I knew there was a reason. Austin, I think, is going to tell us about our next gin.
Well, yeah. Go ahead and finish what you were saying with the gin. But with the Jardin d'été, this is kind of be the
That's
gin.
easy for you to say.
It wasn't. Try saying that 100 times and saying it wrong, and then someone continuously correcting you.
Every time you say it wrong, you have to do a shot.
Like
let's go.
ultra crepidarian.
There we are.
Yeah, see?
Say it to a French person. They're like, "What'd you just say?"
Yeah, like, your French is terrible. Sounds great. But the beauty of this is essentially this is an evolution from the original.
Okay.
So where you have your 19 botanicals, then we add lemon, yuzu, orange peel, and then a French melon. It's about that big.
So I'm seeing
I
from
can't smell the French melon. It's
French
about
melon.
that big.
from the
That'll be the
But the
palate.
lemon,
just from the label on the bottle, you see the citrus
Yeah.
fruits and
but the lemon and
definitely.
citrus smells so good on this.
Yeah, it does.
And so
Oh, it
kind of
really
the gins
does.
that you said you like, this is going to be probably where your happy place is.
So it certainly smells that way.
There's a kind of a
On the nose.
meringue
Oh.
kind of smell
I-
to it.
I just took a. I get the melon too.
You the
I
melons
get the,
and the
lemon,
melons.
but
Oh,
I also
totally.
get
Yeah,
the
yeah.
melon.
No, you're right. This leans towards my sort of happy place where
Definitely.
where gin is concerned. Not that I didn't like the first one though. It was just so well balanced that
So-
it was hard to deny.
The first one, we weren't trying to reinvent the wheel. There was no such thing as a Western gin back then.
Right.
So we weren't trying to do anything, drastically different. We still wanted to be juniper forward, but not juniper dominant, something balanced. And you said it yourself about the 18 botanicals. What I always like to compare it to is like Beyonce. Beyonce is the juniper, the other 18 botanicals are the backup dancers. They don't make the show, but they make the show better.
Right.
Destiny Child appreciates that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
they
really.
do.
Right now,
Kelly and Michelle, yeah, they're all about that. Yeah.
right now, right now, Solange is out there going, "I'm gonna get that bastard."
This smells so good.
It tastes so good too. Have you had it yet? Have you sipped it yet? This is wonderful.
So this one is more of a Western style gin, and that is to say the juniper is going to take a back seat and let that citrus drive.
So it's
for a little
really,
bit.
the citrus is
citrus
definitely
does.
driving, but it's really interesting too. The heat in the sip is thrown to like a way late.
Yeah, it's,
you're
it
right.
kind of comes
It's
well
like there's
back.
no
Yeah.
heat in the sip at all, and then you get a little spiciness on your tongue, and then this hug comes up behind you like Greg Doxakis showing up behind you and hugging you.
HR said I can't do that no more.
I saw that email.
I understand.
People
I
start
know.
to talk.
I know how that goes.
So this
No,
means
really good, guys. What do these bottles retail for?
Ooh, like under 30. It just depends.
So this is not like some sort of super ultra pricey kind of gin statement here.
No.
I like it.
Yeah. So and just I don't know. Did you mention what it means? Jardin d'été?
No.
It means summer garden, and that's how it tastes.
Oh,
Yeah,
It's a
it
summery,
really does.
and it was an homage to Debbie Gabriel. That's Alexander's wife. She's been his wife for decades now, and he always wanted to do a spirit in honor of her. And during the COVID real shutdown, she did what a lot of people did. She stayed at home and she baked sourdough bread.
Oh,
That's
cool.
a joke. That's a joke. I'm just kidding. No. She planted a garden. They're like, what's that to do with anything? So she planted a garden.
I was trying to help you out there.
In that garden was something called Mélange Charentais, and that is the French little cantaloupes you see there, and that was the inspiration behind it.
Well, it's got that melony flavor to it, and I
yeah.
love that. Yeah, love that.
It's a
How do you
summery
pronounce it again?
Mélange Charentais.
So sexy when you say it like
Thank
that.
you very much.
it's French cantaloupe.
Wait. Let me take my glasses off.
Yeah.
Mélange Charentais.
This alone, ladies and gentlemen,
Good thing he wasn't looking me in the eye.
this alone is reason why you should be watching the
email
show on
number
YouTube.
Yes.
I think something moved. I gotta tell you. I gotta throw myself on there.
Pretty sure. Ian has poured us this beer. We were actually going to get to it in the last segment, and we wound up talking so much about the gin that we did not, but that's okay because we're going to drink it now. Ian, this is an Italian Pilsner.
Death Rides a Horse from Bizarre Brewing. Italian-style Pilsner coming in at 5%. Brewed and packaged by Bizarre Brewing in Seattle, Washington. Death Rides a Horse is our Italian-style Pilsner brewed with a blend of German and Italian Pilsner malts and hopped in the kettle with Spalt Select, something I can't pronounce, Streisel Spalt maybe,
We're with you.
and more things I can't pronounce. Hirschbrucker, Death Rides a Horse.
Just say ultra crepidarian.
There you
Ultra
go.
crepidarian. I'm just going to use that word for everything I
Yeah.
don't understand.
Give it a little Colonel Clink and say it again. Hogan.
For those of you, under
Those
70,
who
that was an
get
old
the
show
show.
called
The rest
Hogan's
of you, I'm
Heroes.
sorry.
This is really
It
good.
was
Ian.
fermented cold with our house lager
No.
strain, and then they dry hopped with Spalt Select.
So, have you ever been like at an Italian restaurant and you think, what would be really good with this dish that I'm ordering is like a Moretti or a Peroni. If they have this, order it instead because it's the same vibe, but it's like elevated a little bit. I think it's really
It's got
delicious.
a lot
Very
more.
tasty.
It's got a lot more depth to it. Mm-hmm. Because I feel like Peretti,
Moretti,
is-
Peroni.
Maroni, Peretti, Peroni.
Chelsea
Peroni.
Peretti?
You got
That's
both
the one.
of
It's
them wrong.
Peroni and Moretti. I just mixed them up. I feel like Peretti is a little bit like Budweiser of Italy.
Yeah, I think you may be right, and we'll be back to talk about it more. Hour 2 of Smoking and Toasting is on the way. Welcome back to Smoking and Toasting. Our show is all about craft beer, fine spirits, and hand-rolled cigars. The fine spirits we're talking about today is actually a lot of Citadel gin. We have apparently I must have dared Dox to bring on a whole bunch of gins because that's what he did today. But it's interesting because we had a very flowery, very botanical first one, wonderful balance, and then We had one that was a little less botanical, but was really also very, very well balanced and had the
super lemon,
the melon.
like super
I think this one's mine. and
bright,
that one's
summery. What you said, like a garden.
Summer Garden.
Summer Garden.
Summer Garden,
Yes.
So where do we go from here? In terms of
red label.
Which is the way that's clear.
We're gonna go to the Rouge. So the Rouge, think of red
Still
fruit
looking for
and
that.
rhubarb.
Never mind. I'm sorry, rhubarb.
Red fruit and rhubarb. So kind of think of a rhubarb pie as a gin.
Super ripe rhubarb.
Yeah. No. So rhubarb. That's an acquired taste.
It's a very specific thing.
Right. Some people either love rhubarb or can't
When I was a
stand it.
kid, my mom used to get mad at me because I would break the rhubarb stalks and chew on them.
Yeah.
And she was like, I never had enough to make the pie out of it.
I just remember the saying as
That
a
old
kid.
chestnut.
I just remember the saying as a kid: "Never mess with another man's rhubarb."
That was never rubber on the man's rhubarb.
There's
That was
also
from
that.
Batman, the first movie.
Ah, there you go.
Don't you go testing me on my Batman.
Yeah.
man,
So we
look
had
at
a
that.
great
Mr.
Batman.
Lego Batman over there.
Yeah. Oh, I see. You've taken offense. Wow, you're the one that takes
So-
offense to
so-
the Batman comment I made.
For those who don't know where this is coming from, we had this conversation during the break about the best Batman
I don't
movies.
even know when it's
And
during the
ironically,
break
it's been
anymore.
the best part of the whole
And
show
somehow
so
Will
far.
Arnett
And
won.
Terry believes that Lego Batman is
Lego
the best.
Batman.
I love
pretty
his
Batman
incarnation of Batman. I just think
Yeah.
it's perfect.
And who's this? We're talking about Will Arnett, right?
Will Arnett,
Arnett.
I
Okay.
like that, and I just like the whole thing about the way the Batman takes care of himself in Lego Batman.
So apart
care of
from the voiceover guys, best Batman.
Okay,
Best-
unpopular, but I like Affleck Batman.
Really?
He
That's
nailed it. He nailed it.
No.
You know,
He nailed
That
it.
was a left turn I did
you,
not
you
expect.
gotta appreciate a man who's
Yeah,
gonna put
In
that
fact-
out there.
in
You know
fact,
what? I have nothing wrong with Ben Affleck.
I'm taking
though.
my belt
In
off
fact,
right
in fact, the Snyderverse was cut out too soon.
I do like the Snyder Batmans. I can't go with Affleck, but what do you think?
That's a tough one for me. This is going to be one that gets made fun of, but I did like Christian Bale.
Okay, so
did
we've
like
asked,
Christian
the
Bale.
question we've asked is best Batman, and so far we've gotten Ben Affleck and Christian Bale.
Wow.
Sorry.
Wow.
Unexpected. I'm not mocking your choices. I'm just saying unexpected.
Where is she?
Ian, best Batman.
That was a lovely, lovely voice.
That's great.
So I can't remember.
In
any
Lego
names.
Batman,
I'm
he
so
said,
bad at
Those
names.
guys
I
like
made a
Paolo.
CD rack.
Which
Who
part
was
in
the
the series?
second Batman from
This
the movies?
Val Kilmer.
Yeah.
No.
No, there was
Not George Clooney.
That's the one.
Oh
George
my God! This
Clooney?
is the weirdest Batman
He
discussion.
was the third,
that has
and you just like
ever-
it because he had bat nipples. That's
did.
your thing.
Yeah.
He did.
So you say Will Arnett? But
I'm going with
what about-
Lego Batman, but if I had to go
Yeah.
with the other ones, I mean, I enjoyed them. I enjoyed them all, but I am a big Tim Burton fan, and I will have to say that Michael Keaton really
Bingo.
surprised us
Michael
all
Keaton.
when we got
Okay.
it, and I was like, the guy from Gung Ho and Night Shift
You
is going to
made
do
me
this.
first.
And then it was one of those where it was like, okay, I
No.
like that. That was a great
love
Batman.
the Michael Keaton Batman.
Okay, so
Yeah.
listen, guys, we're going totally off-roading. Your fault. You led me there, but we're here now.
Okay.
So, the Flash movie, did y'all guys see it?
I saw about half of it, and I couldn't stand it, so I
I
bailed.
thought it was wonderful. I thought it was a great movie. And,
I
and,
agree with you, it was
and
terrible,
Keaton's
but
Batman,
Keaton's in it.
Are you
Keaton's
talking about-
Batman, that was phenomenal.
one of the
Are you
reasons
talking
I
about the one
watched
that,
it. But it was
Queen
so
did
bad.
The soundtrack for?
What?
No, that's Flash Gordon.
That's Flash Gordon.
You knew we were all going to go. I think we better drink. Oh, I just took a sip of this gin and found it lovely and wonderful, even though I'm not a big fan of the rhubarb.
It was the angels singing while you were
So,
drinking.
listen, if
This might be one
if
of the
you can
most
identify-
delicious gins I've ever
If you can
had.
identify the rhubarb in there, you're a better man than I. Because what's going on here is we're redistilling our classic Citadel gin with red berries and overripe rhubarb.
Okay, I get the red berries. I totally get that.
Because what that rhubarb is going to do, that particular flavor profile is going to
It
kind of
adds-
salt those berries and
It
bring
adds
out their flavor.
tart.
Okay.
It adds tartness to it.
So
Yeah.
this one, it was not supposed to be in the United States at all until yours truly bitched and moaned enough to where we finally got it to the United States.
No kidding, really.
It was supposed to be an exclusive.
They actually listen
fantastic.
to you at your company.
Sometimes. Sometimes, and, it was supposed to be a Texas exclusive,
Just happy to be here.
but the TTB dragged their heels in getting the label approved so long. They said screw it, we're going to send it everywhere, and I'm glad they did because it's one of my favorites to share.
It's really good.
Just last night I was having Negronis with it.
This is so good on its own.
It really is just so simple.
And here's the thing, guys: it's not a flavored gin. Let's be very clear about it. We don't do flavored gins. This is a true distillate of of that wheat distillate with the original 19 botanicals and red berries and rhubarb.
The berry nose that you get like on the retro hail after you take a sip is absolutely wonderful.
So on the nose, if you just you totally get the juniper, right? But then when you taste it, you get the berries more so, I think, than the juniper.
Well, the way that we say it is it just tastes red. And
It does. That's a great way to put it.
I know that's stupid because red's not a flavor. It's
But
a color.
yes,
it is.
is.
If we're talking about Kool-Aid.
Lewis Black always said that there was a flavor. He said NyQuil was the only thing that tastes like red and green. So there you go.
Can we shut his mic off? Is
Yeah,
that
I'm not
possible?
sure. I'm not sure
I
that's where we
think,
want to
I
go with
think
this.
actually he's the one that turns the mics on and off, unfortunately. So he has a little.
I mean, I will say there's
power
a
over
genius, as Doc said, real quick. It is distilled, so we actually vacuum distill those added ingredients into the gin.
So what is vacuum distilling? What does that accomplish?
For the cocktail
specifically?
nerds,
Yeah.
it's a giant rotovap that's about 6 foot 4 inches. It's one of the biggest in the world. It's actually dwarfed in comparison to the still sizes.
Yeah.
But what it really does is lower the atmospheric pressure, so that boiling point is actually at a lower temperature so that we don't burn off the flavors that we want to represent in the bottle.
Okay.
So for the cocktail nerds, it's a giant ass rotovap.
Because
it's very cool.
It's similar to what the Jardin d'été with the yuzu citrus and the melon chanté, as we're using the entire fruit as opposed to just the zest of the rind.
Correct.
And when you're using the entire fruit, traditional methods don't work out so well. It's hard to get that balance. It's hard to pinpoint what that flavor you want. So this is what I like to say is we're combining tradition with technology. We're still using those traditional copper cognac stills to do the base 19 botanical citadel, but we're taking this technology that's opened up all new avenues for us so we can do something different, which at the end of the day is what we always strive to do.
I love this.
Now, can I ask on that? Are y'all still using, like, since you're saying it's cognac certain time of year and gin? Do y'all still alternate between cognac, or now do y'all?
That
have y'all
is
grown
an
to
awesome question, and I'm going to
separating
let Austin answer it.
So wonderful. We were originally doing that, as you know. We now have our own facility.
Okay.
It's in Grand Champagne Cognac, and we're actually heating those stills with steam and not open fire like you would with cognac.
Oh.
Mainly because you want an even heat so that all of those botanicals are represented equally, rather than having kind of burn-offs, caramelized flavors, and then things that are just lightly steamed. We want to kind of
Okay.
even that heat distribution out.
I love the science that goes into we're going to heat this thing up to the exact temperature that makes it let go of its oils and essences
Why
perfectly.
Why couldn't they have gone into this in science class in school? I would have paid so much more attention.
Right?
Right?
Right? Because if you heat
Especially on
water
lab day,
and
right?
barley up at this point, you will get an extract
Right.
that you can eventually make into alcohol. They never told me that.
Well, if we want to get into the roots of distilling, we can do that sometime, but that would be a whole new show.
The Distilling Show with Vladimir Doxakis.
Thanks, Cameron. So anyway, so what the hell are we talking about? Oh,
know,
yes,
Barnaby.
gin.
Distilling.
So we have one more to share with y'all. Do we have time on this segment?
No, but we'll do it in the next segment.
Cool.
Sounds great.
This segment, we actually have to taste this beer Ian poured.
Okay.
So, or we're going to
we're
get
gonna
behind
have
on the
to.
beers. So now,
You don't want to get
Dox-
behind on the beers.
Dox is not an IPA
Dox,
guy.
don't get behind on
but I
beers.
understand, Austin, you are, right?
Yes, I actually
So-
started at beer, so love IPAs.
All right, so this is a double IPA from St. Paul, Minnesota, and Black Stack Brewing, and it's called Dad Jokes. And I see you're already clearing your palate, so I guess it didn't go over well
Clearing
with
it. I want
you.
to sand it down. That's terrible.
Ian, what's your
Dox, are you
thoughts?
shaving your tongue?
Ian's not an IPA guy, but he does like them
So
if they're
here's
really
the
balanced.
thing. I don't know that I like the nose on this.
When
Yeah.
did he notice?
The nose is a little soapy.
I agree.
But when you take a sip, it's freaking delicious, actually.
It's like a fruit explosion.
It's nothing what I expected. It is very fruity, like in the high C fruity kind of category. And then it drops off immediately and leaves you with a bit of like orange peel.
Orange peel and sort of an IPA hot bitter.
Yeah, and
Kind
a
of
hot
like the
bitter.
pith.
What's
The
that?
bitter pith of the orange peel.
The pith of the orange
Yeah.
peel, even the
The
dead
pith, that's also what they called the guys that went out for the Sith and didn't make it. They were
That's what
called the
used to
Sith.
call me in high school.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Myth.
This is a
but
good
no,
IPA, is what I'm
delicious.
trying to say.
It's quite good. It says
Dad
on here,
jokes.
can you pass me the grill?
That's a Muppet
thongs?"
movie reference right there.
Thongs.
Boom, you
That's a
got
Muppet
it.
movie reference.
I
Nailed
can't
it.
make it. I have to mow the lawn. When was the last time you got your oil changed? Our yearly salute
These
to
are-
all the dads.
These are all
aspiring
dad
dads,
jokes and dad sayings, right?
dad figures and dad joke enthusiasts out there. This round with even more love and a third edition of Citra Mosaic and Cashmere and Vic's Secret. That's a lot of stuff going in there.
That's a lot
And
of
for
hops.
the last time, don't touch that effing thermostat.
Yeah.
So-
oh my
So
god.
real quick, I'm going to share this
Can
with
I,
you. This
can I
is
just go ahead and say,
Yeah?
am I air conditioning all of Texas
yeah,
right now?
yeah, you are, in fact.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
You just
exactly
reminded
what-
me I forgot to turn up the AC. today.
exactly what you're doing. So this is a true story. Just a few days ago, got a text from my dad, and it's a meme with a photo of an elevator, and it describes it as Darth Vader's little-known wife, Ella. And I showed it to my wife, and I said, "There's no hope for me. This is from whence I came. There's
I'm
no
trying not to spit out
there's
the
no
beer.
there's no hope for me." Yeah. So
I do actually have a Darth Vader. It's like Daddy's Little Princess book, and it's Darth Vader and Princess Leia that I used to read
Okay.
to my daughter.
Now,
Yes,
now,
I'm
okay,
serious.
now hold on a second.
you're weird.
Hold on a second. You know they're also doing a second movie to what was the Star Wars spoof movie with Rick
Oh
Moranis?
yes,
Spaceballs.
they're doing
Spaceballs.
Spaceballs. Yes,
Spaceballs.
too.
Yeah,
Yes.
sorry,
They're doing
Rick
Spaceballs.
Moranis has
Spaceballs
come out of
2.
retirement for that. I
Yeah.
mean, he has not done a movie in years.
Yeah.
Does the
and
pizza character have a son?
Pizza the Hut.
Because I would love for that to come back.
that would be awesome.
Pizza
That would be
the
so
Or
awesome.
else pizza's gonna.
I like.
order
Hey, we're
you
combing the
for
desert.
takeout. Or combing the desert.
It just had that Mel Brooks vibe to
Oh, yeah,
it. You know,
very
it just
much. Oh, yeah, very
really
much.
it really did.
I
so.
can't take it. I'm not getting it. The Ella thing. I don't get it.
Ella
Elevator.
Vader.
Ella Vader.
Dad jokes.
Darth Vader.
Sometimes-
You've been working on that this whole time.
You know, sometimes when we come on the show, we have to, you know,
I did mention
Give
I had my
special
first drink in
compensation.
weeks last night, right? I mentioned that, yes.
we're gonna have more than that coming up. There's more gin on the way. There's more beer on the way, and for God's sake, Smoking and Toasting will present drinking news coming up in a couple of segments here. So, as if talk about going from bad to worse, that's what this whole show is doing right now. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Welcome back. It's Smoking and Toasting. Our program is all about craft beer, fine spirits, and hand-rolled cigars. And we're tasting fine spirits today. A lot of gin today. Gin de France.
Gin de France.
This is what happens
Gin de
when you
France.
tell Docs, I didn't know you made gin.
Oh yeah. And so this is cool. I'm going to try this and see if it works. Ready? Docs, I didn't know you guys made tequila.
Oh. So
I would
he's
have been.
about to
I would
tell
have been
you.
really.
I thought the Rojas
surprised.
was going to be my favorite because that berry note is so
Yeah.
good. This is so unique and
Oh,
earthy.
so
and
you've
minerally.
already been trying it. So this is not the Rogue.
you're
What are
trying
we?
it?
What are we trying here, Docs? You're holding it in your hands.
Yeah, no, I just want to think of something at the end to finish up with my final appearance on Smoking and Toasting. So, it's
like raw cucumber,
I may not like this. I'm not a cucumber guy.
like
Yeah, I can
mean,
get it
there's
on the nose.
man,
Happy Gilmore
this is
got
delicious.
drinking in. He had alcohol and a cucumber.
so
Hot take. Happy Gilmore 2 was not good.
I liked it. I thought it was good.
I don't know.
I thought it was good.
seemed forced.
Hey,
towards the
hey,
end
am
there.
I gonna have to separate you two?
Possibly.
You're going on the assumption that Happy Gilmore 1 was good. So
Yeah, see, that's the
was
thing.
that.
Is if you liked it, if you want to feel nostalgic, it's good. See, I don't go into those things though expecting like I don't go into Star Wars or anything expecting it to be as awesome as A New Hope the first time I saw it when I was 5.
well,
you know?
it's a damn good thing
Yeah.
because they have tried but
Yeah,
never
that's right.
gone back.
I
Man,
just
that
got
guy
excited
that
when I
played
got to
young
see Han
Darth
and
Vader
Chewie.
was not wooden at all.
Yeah, no. And Jar Jar Binks wasn't racist at all.
Wasn't
So,
racist, and he certainly wasn't annoying.
not at all. Not at all. Can you imagine like the writer's room? They go, okay, here's what we need to do. We need to come up with an alien creature that is both racist and annoying.
You know what's
And
more,
somebody goes, I got it.
You know what's hilarious about that too is that when they came out with that movie, they thought they were like forward thinking. We need to make some toys.
Oh, yes,
who's going to be an
kids-
awesome toy?
Kids are going to love Jar Jar Binks.
and that's the one they made most of. And they were like, we realized there was a problem when we saw the clearance bins were full of Jar Jar Binks.
Mommy, my Jar Jar Binks toy set is I'm not cool because I'm not white. I'm sorry. Did I just steer the show into a very
I did
awesome...
see
I don't even
someone-
know what we're doing
I
anymore.
did see someone ask ChatGPT in the style of Jar Jar Binks ask something, and it was great.
well,
This, however, did
I'll
make
have to
me
try
try
to
the
pay for
gin.
that.
This gin is delicious.
All right, so talk to me about what you got here. I'm having to get over the cucumber thing, but I'm finding it
This
strangely
is
appealing,
earth
to be
and
honest with you.
roots, and like I'm not talking about cucumber. I'm talking about the skin of the cucumber. Like that. Like this is as cucumber as anything I've ever had in my life.
Pickles.
Cornichons.
Pickles.
Vive
Small
le
little-
cornichon.
Okay,
Vive
so
le
I do
cornichon.
like cornichons because they've got enough like sourness to
Brininess.
them, brininess, yeah, to kind of counteract that taste that cucumber. I'm just not a cucumber guy. Some people love cucumber. My wife loves cucumbers. I just don't like them.
I have
but
I have to
this-
get some of this for my wife.
This is
My wife
good.
loves pickles, by the way, and I'm curious as to how she will feel about this.
And I'm gonna also tell you, I was a little worried when I first saw you set the bottles down, and I saw the label on this one, and I saw that there was a pickle, and I thought, okay, that may be a little too
Is there a
far
pickle?
for gin to go. Yeah,
And a cat,
pickle
but no
and a
cats
cat.
were harmed in the making
Cat's
of
wonderful.
this. Yeah, that's
And a
tough.
cat.
I didn't
and
see
a
the
cat.
cat.
That-
Oh,
that-
I
that
love
was
the
a
cat.
cat.
That was
I
our
really
house
love
cat.
the cat. I
It's
love
our
the
house cat.
I really taste the cat flavor.
So and at Chateau Bombonnet, where
This is
where the Citadel Distillery is.
fantastic.
It is, yeah. It's different, and it's
So-
available now.
So here's what's interesting is you guys have brought. I would have told you that for me, gin was well down on the list of my favorite spirits.
Oh, yeah.
And mostly
I don't know
it's
what to
because
say about that.
mostly it's because I haven't had that many gins that I've thought were really
This is not
tasty.
I
This
have
is
a
not
theory.
my favorite one that I've had today. Now I've had a few sips, but it's so incredibly interesting that I can't stop drinking it.
It's so good. What is your
My
thought,
theory
Dox?
is people who don't like gin either had really gross gin,
Yep.
or they had good gin with cheap tonic. And people associate that heavy quinine, just grossness from like a cheap tonic with gin, and it's just not the case.
I
And-
had bad gin and bad rum initially too. You were the first person to really turn me around on rum because I had started out with such bad rum that was and you're doing it with
There's no
gin
living
now
with him
too
now
because
that
I
you
had
said
such
that.
bad gin.
We had the Ron Zacapa. He hated it.
Yeah.
So
Who keeps saying this word?
Who is this
not
they,
think
them
that
we
word
talk,
means
we're talking
anything
about?
else.
And why is every man that makes rum named Ron?
yeah, that's a very good question. There's a lot of Rons
Did I
out
ever
there
tell you
making
about
rum.
my Ron Jeremy sighting? Running?
Oh,
Do we have
no.
time for this? There's always time for a Ron Jeremy story, right?
There's not always room for Ron Jeremy in the frame, but there's always time for Ron.
Ron Jeremy.
Well, there you go. All right, take it
Picture
away.
it. The year 2009. 2009, and I'm at the Playboy Mansion with Stoli. I took us to the
Because
Playboy
of
Mansion.
course you are.
Of course I am. Yeah. But and I gotta tell you, it's not the
And that Stoli guy,
It's-
he can get annoying.
it's not the Benny Hill-ish fromp you would think it was. Everybody running around going,
Well, not in 2009 it wasn't. Yeah.
just chasing bunnies around. No, it wasn't like that at all. It was actually
1989.
It was
it
actually
might
kind
have
of gross. It was actually kind of gross. But So
That's what you told your wife.
Exactly.
no, actually, I don't.
Of course it was.
Actually, Zany stayed up till like because we were there late in West Coast time, and she stayed up because she used to watch that show. I got two stories. I'm gonna do this quickly.
Yeah.
So she liked that show, The Girls Next Door, right?
Right.
And I would watch it occasionally, not all the time, but I did. She told me this guy's name was Dennis, the brother Dennis, Dennis Hefner, right? The brother.
Sure, of
And
course.
so
He would have to be.
I'm walking through, this whole where the
Billy Carter.
the grotto was.
Right, the grotto. Everybody knows about the grotto.
We had our separate area over there.
Are you going to where all the guys were pointing?
Sir, I am talking. Shut off his mic.
Is that like the fourth time he's requested mics off?
So I'm walking over to like a little side section there, and there is Dennis with this young lady sitting by themselves in this huge area. And I knew that my wife, likes the show and recognized him. And I was like, "Sir, may I get a picture of you?" He's like, yeah. I took a picture of him, and that's like flip phone days. You know what I mean? It wasn't like good. And
That
I
was a
was
grainy
like, "Thank
picture.
you." He's like, "Come and have a drink with us." I'm like, "No, I appreciate it." And I told my wife that. She's like, "Why didn't you go and have a drink with him?" I go, "What am I going to say to this guy?" So, you're your half brother. How's that going for you? That's all I
Apparently,
got.
pretty well.
Wow.
That's all I
I
got.
mean, yeah, it doesn't leave a lot for small
And
talk.
I didn't even tell the Ron Jeremy part, but I can do that.
Do that next
I
segment.
feel like we should just end the show here, though. This is kind of like a good end point. So thank you. We'll see you next week. Oh, wait. Drinking News is next. We'll get to
do have
that.
to do drink.
And
Coming
hopefully a
up.
Ron Jeremy story.
It's Smoking and Toasting. It's a two-step process, really. Welcome back to Smoking and Toasting. To making a great bottle opening sound effect, the first is you have to rattle the opener around the top of the bottle like you can't quite find purchase,
Because if I come straight at it, it just sounds like this.
Yeah, right.
And that's not cool. You have to get a
You
little
have to
bit
get exactly.
like you're trying to seat the thing.
Once you rattle it around, find purchase, then you get the opening, and then the most important part of the sound effect, and this is because we do,
We've done this.
primarily organic sound effects.
And
here on
also,
the show.
listen, don't always try this at home because we've done this thousands of times. We're very safe about it.
Yeah,
I myself enjoy rattling around it before going straight at it.
yeah,
It's,
that's exactly a good. That's a good
it's
plan.
big on my list.
The last point is to drop the bottle
Drop
cap.
the bottle cap, but not so it falls off the table. You got to be careful about
You
it.
want to get the rattly sound of it bouncing around on the table, which is what you want to get.
Oh my God.
So while
We're
Ian is
drinking beer or changing our oil.
we are doing both actually,
That is thick.
because our final beer that we're going to be trying here today, this is an Imperial Stout, and the name of it is Tree of Life.
Tree of
I know
It's
you're
from
talking, but I'm
Equilibrium
just
Brewing.
focusing on Doc's face right now as the beer is being poured.
I think you'll
Is
probably.
it too late to get some of those peanut butter pretzels?
I think you'll probably like this at least as well as you would have liked
pretzel.
the double IPA. So while we're passing these around and getting ready to sample a little beer, which we'll do with some
This
Here,
is, oh
Doc,
my
here
friend,
you-
this is not a little beer.
peanut butter. Okay. While we're getting ready to sample a large beer, let's take time, as we often do during this segment, for a little thing we like to call drinking news.
Oh, I was helping my
For a
friend over
little thing we like to call drinking news.
here. Drinking news. Drinking news.
It was nice of you to bring the ukulele today.
Sloppy show. Sloppy show.
Drinking news. Now it's time for drinking news. A Florida man with one arm said he had a gator for a pet. When asked about his absent arm, he said,
I had to take my gator to the vets.
Those of you who are not
News.
watching the video version of the show, you totally need to.
That was awkward.
It was beautifully awkward.
I thought it was hot.
Thank you. I tried. I gave it all, you know.
Again, something moved.
Cheers, y'all. See, Ian can't put the ukulele down until I say cheers, y'all.
You got
at
to
the
do
end
the
of
cheers, y'all.
Drinking News. Well, we got a couple of short but important stories in today's edition of Drinking News. These stories may be fairly simple, but they both qualify for a feature that we bring you from time to time here on Drinking News that we like to call What Not to Do. The moral of these stories is very simple and easy to understand, even if you've been drinking some really awesome gin. These actions that are described in the stories we're bringing you today, don't do that. And we begin with a cautionary tale from the Golden State, which, in case you're not familiar with the terminology, is California. And while the Golden State is Callie's nickname...
Hold on. Before you say that, I have to give you a disclaimer.
Mm-hmm.
This this portion of the podcast may cause cancer in the state of California.
Yeah, particularly
Now go ahead.
particularly in L.A. County.
California.
Yeah. While the Golden State name is Callie's nickname, you may not know that the state motto, which actually appears on the California state seal, is the word Eureka. That's a word I actually associate with vacuum cleaners because my mom had a Eureka brand vacuum when I was growing up. But the real meaning of Eureka is I've found it. And having lived in California for a while during my 20s, I'm pretty sure that what that's referring to is Eureka, I've found the highest state tax rate in the entire country.
Also, that state tax rate causes cancer.
Yeah, exactly. Although I'm pretty sure that Hawaii state taxes may actually be higher. I guess if you want to live somewhere beautiful, it's going to cost you a bit more every year, you know? Does kind of make me feel bad for Californians who live in Bakersfield, though.
Here we go.
I mean, if you've ever been there, you know.
Out on the streets of Bakersfield.
You know what I'm talking about. Yeah. But our California drinking news story today comes from an actual nice part of the Golden State because it took place in Burbank. Police there have arrested a California man who was allegedly following women in a Nordstrom Rack store.
Probably has cancer from his camera.
Following women in a Nordstrom Rack store and then committing a rather odd crime. Cops arrested 38-year-old Khalees Caron Crowder after complaints from shoppers at the clothing store, and cops have described the California man as a serial butt sniffer.
What?
We're not going to sing that? Come on, I'll sing with you.
I get-
Cereal butt
Good.
sniffer.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Cereal butt sniffer.
Causes cancer.
Only in California.
Which probably causes cancer
Apparently.
in California.
Apparently, Crowder would follow women in the store and then, and I'm quoting from the police report here, crouch behind them and sniff their butts.
How did they nose?
According to records, the California man was actually arrested last August for butt sniffing in a Barnes & Noble store, but was released early due to jail overcrowding.
I went to use my toilet paper, but there was already a nose there.
With a repeat butt sniffing offense, that release early is not likely to happen again, and the only butt he's likely to be able to try to sniff behind bars is that of a rather large inmate named Bubba Jr., so good luck with that one.
So we got him, boys. We finally got Crouchin' Crowder.
Crouching
And
Crowder.
was he like just like kind of like, you know, like you would wave it up, or was he just getting in there?
I think he was getting in there. That was the bigger problem.
I mean, how would you get caught? Right?
Pardon me, sir.
Get that close.
Listen, again, this should go without saying, but butt sniffing in Burbank, it definitely qualifies as what not to
That guy
do.
needs to find the right woman.
That
Yeah.
sounds like a song, though. Butt sniffing in Burbank.
Yeah. At
Stinking
26.
news, stinking
Our
news.
second story on today's edition of Drinking News, however, takes us across the country to a state where when you hear somebody say, Eureka, I've found it, they're most likely referring to a large gator. Or maybe some smaller reptiles. That's what happened last week when a Florida woman
Florida woman.
set off alarm bells after going through security at the Miami International Airport.
We caught you with something.
The traveler, whose name has not been released, was detained and searched by agents who found she was smuggling live animals onto the flight. Two.
Keisters stashing live animal. I don't know.
No,
what's happening
there were 2 live animals that were definitely not on the approved carry-on list.
Yes, but there was 2 stowaway areas.
2 small turtles stuffed into her
Can't
bra.
breathe water or air.
No, they were stuffed into her bra, guys.
Oh, because they were turtles.
The small reptiles were wrapped in a bit of gauze and plastic, and sadly, one of them died, likely asphyxiated by the woman's breast. The other turtle was rescued and was turned over to the Florida Department of Fish and Wildlife for proper care. Clearly, our Florida woman had no idea how x-rays work. And she's not the first. Back in March, a Pennsylvania man tried to board a plane with a live turtle in his pants.
Why is it turtles?
Wait, what is it? Was there? Did I miss something? Is like an underground black market for turtles?
Turtle smuggling network? Yeah.
I know.
You have to imagine it totally gives a
Excuse
new...
me, sir. Is that a turtle in your pants, or
Are you just happy to see me?
happy to be on Southwest American flight number 736?
You have to imagine that it totally gives a new and completely different phrase, different meaning, rather, to the phrase turtles all the way down. Look that one up if you don't know what I'm talking about. That phrase comes from a rather deep and involved discussion of the concept of infinite regress, which, to be completely honest, I've had a little too much Citadel gin to be able to really explain properly. But I can tell you that hearing these turtle smuggling stories has had a profound effect on me. And in fact, it's made me rather inspired. And now, as you guys know, unless you're new to drinking news, when I get inspired, I often like to express myself by writing down a few verses of poetry or prose. And what's perhaps even more disturbing is that I actually almost always seem to feel compelled to share these poems, prayers, and promises. That's a John Denver reference, by the way. Bet you weren't expecting that. Anyway, I somehow feel better if I can share these poems with you. And it certainly is possible that you might not have the same reaction. But hey, I went to the trouble to write this, so I'm going to share it. Could I please get some poetry reading music, please? And it goes a little something like this. At the bar, she must have ordered a triple, then tried to make the way through security without a ripple. But what TSA saw were live turtles in her bra, and that's a damn good way to lose a nipple. Reporting live from Miami, where the TSA agent just asked me, "Sir, is that a live turtle in your pants, or are you just happy to see me?" My name is Cruz, and that is your...
Drinking news.
You keep putting the ukulele down today.
Now it's time for drinking news.
Cheers, y'all. All right. Let me see what I need to do to recover
I'm
from
sorry,
that.
your drinking news was so good. I actually just put my ukulele down. I was done.
Yeah.
I was-
And then
I was
you
out of
realize
it.
You got to do the closing song. You got to do the closing song.
I found your poem to be quite gin-spirational.
Well, if
I
that-
was
if
I was genuinely impressed.
that- well, then perhaps you
As you
should.
can imagine.
Then perhaps you should genuflect
Ah.
and ascribe the important feelings to where.
I'm sorry, I
it's
thought you
supposed to
guys
be.
were pontificating.
That is generally what we were trying to do. Yes.
By the way, beer good.
Yeah.
Good,
You
very good.
don't need to be genteel
Imperial
about it.
Stout with Mostra Ghost Bear Coffee. I don't know what that means. Coconut.
I'm trying to say
almonds, and
bear coffee.
Mostra Ghost Bear Coffee. Bear like
BARE.
no
Or
no, no.
BEAR.
Yes, that's
Like
the
a
other
big
side of the rainbow.
like a
Yes,
big black bear.
yes.
Okay.
Hey,
This
boo-boo.
is delicious, by the way.
Sorry,
I don't know
got
where
funny.
I don't know where you
False.
went with that.
So the coconut has no suntan lotion to it.
You're right.
You know how coconut can get a little bit bizarre in beer and turn right into suntan lotion.
It's kind of got that cut and dry. coconut.
Really
to it.
good, yeah.
Just
Look at
saying.
him work that
What do you
in.
think? Do you like this?
It's my protege,
Just
you know.
saying.
Yeah. Docs has been looking to retire since we
As
met.
long as he doesn't
So-
say,
Wonderful.
as long as he doesn't say that's my mom, I think we're cool.
I think that you guys, on purpose, found the grossest beers possible to taste today.
Oh, so you don't like?
And you're pretending to like
disagree.
them just to not
Is-
only
But you
sicken
don't
me,
like
but
beer.
you guys are gaslighting me is what you're doing. So,
Well, no, wait. You did like the Italian Pilsner.
that is true. I did. You're right.
But this doesn't work for you.
This is, wow. Yeah. The last time I saw something so sweet and angry.
Sweet name.
So I was
So,
on my
note
honeymoon.
to self, whenever bringing
just about to say.
Doxakis some beer, bring him beer with the least flavor possible.
No. See, this is not flavor. This is cloying. It's heavy.
See, this
I
is
feel like
incredible.
a sweaty Dan Blocker from Bonanza has climbed up on my back in the middle of summer. This is like drinking.
Wait,
Okay?
time out. It's official. This show is now the cultural reference, pop culture reference champion of all 445 episodes of Smoking and Toasting. We have now crossed the Rubicon.
This
We got a bonanza reference.
It's
ladies
like
and
they
gentlemen.
mixed 1 part coffee, 1 part beer, 1 part Houston humidity.
I
No.
would-
I don't like that.
I would drink this floating down a river.
I think it's delicious. What about you, Austin?
I'm a huge fan. Kind of what you guys were saying. The coconut's amazing. Doesn't taste sand.
Look what it
suntan
does
lotion.
to the glass.
Yeah, it's thick
Yeah.
and wonderful and
Leaves
you know,
its
coats your
mark.
insides the way you want
It's
it to.
stained a plastic glass. It probably melted it a little bit.
How is it,
a
Doc?
huge fan of this?
How is it, Dux, that you can have such good taste and such discernment about gins, about cognacs, about armagnacs, about rums?
Things with flavor, even.
And we're bringing you like two out of these 3 beers, which all of us have liked. You don't get it.
I got to be me. Yeah, how? Years of practice, my friend. Years of practice.
That's why we love having you on the show. See, because you'd have never gotten a straight answer like that out of Chris Hart. That's right. We're going to take a break, and we will be back. We have a rum to taste that I'm super excited about because it's what started all of this in the first place. We'll be right back at Smoking and Toasting. Welcome back at Smoking and Toasting. Our show is all about craft beer, fine spirits, and hand-rolled cigars. And it's actually been a really fun show with you guys, with Austin, with Doc. You guys are both really like super fun to have on.
Austin's
And,
more fun during the breaks.
honestly, this is one of those shows where we totally should have released
We totally
between
should
the
have.
breaks stuff. I think what we're going to do is we're going to start a Patreon, and if you pay us like $5 a month, you get to hear all the between the segments stuff. I know there's at least a couple of people that probably
Yeah, we
would,
might at least make 15, 20
I
bucks.
was going to say
Yeah.
15, 20 bucks a month.
Seriously, yeah.
We could use that. And you realize after 3 months, we could buy a bottle of gin. So,
Boom. Right.
Yeah. It could work.
You know, I haven't even asked what is the price. The price of.
Well, you
these
said
gins?
most of these were under 30, right? Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
Wonderful.
Yeah, well, actually, the Cornerstone might and the Rouge might be just north of 30.
Just a little north of 30.
But
Still,
but
you're still talking about under 40, right?
oh yeah,
30 ballpark, yeah.
yeah.
Nice.
I gotta ask, guys, why, for the love of God, would y'all have a snack that's got peanut butter in it in between breaks? I mean, I'm like a dog. Going,
Well,
really
so
talking
he's
about
talking about
Usually
the,
we're drinking beer, but we drank all the beer. And now we have this black.
I still have
this
some more,
black
but
cask.
he didn't like
rum.
he didn't like any of the beers. So
He brought his own Starbucks.
yeah,
tea.
that's right.
Chop shop.
Chop shop. Yeah.
I
All
don't
right.
know what that is.
It's ginger peach tea, or is it peach ginger? Doesn't matter. Go ahead. Who cares?
Did you
It
get a
says-
boba
Talk
through that
amongst
one?
yourself.
It says just feel good food. That's what it says on the cup. So
Okay.
I think that was more of a Joy Behar right
Yeah.
there. That's a Joy Behar.
Shout out local chop shop, H-Town.
maybe. All right. Guys, you have brought with you some amazing gins. We've loved every one of them. But now you're getting into my territory.
Yeah?
Yeah, now you're pouring me a rum. And I believe this is the rum that I took a photo of at Specs and sent to Docs and said, why have you not been on the show with us? This is a black cask. What?
Welcome the cruise down. Population U.
Yeah. Why have you not been on the show? What's up with you?
Population, that guy.
That guy. So yes, this is the.
It's a black cask.
the
What
black cask.
does black cask mean?
So, thank you for asking. That's an excellent question. So, this is going to be a blend of 2 rums, and this year's release was Barbados and Paraguay. But we're going to take this one an extra step further, like we do with all Planterey rum. It's going to spend some time in its bourbon barrel in its native country, and then a little bit of time in a cognac barrel back in France. But this one we're going to age a little bit longer in a heavily charred cask, which is where it gets its name black cask from.
Okay.
So we've only done this one in Europe, and I made arrangements to make sure that it got to the United States, but it was going to be exclusive for our friends over at Specs. And it's just something that changed every year. We've had blends from Cuba, we've had blends from Trinidad, from Jamaica, all kinds of different ones. But this one, guys, the last one we had was it was Barbados and Venezuela, and it was good. This one makes that one taste like water. It's so rich.
Okay. I'm so excited.
It's rich. It's just the perfect amount of sweetness. This is a balanced rum in the sense that you've got that fruity vibrance going on from Barbados, and you got that spicy notes coming from the Paraguay rum, which something about Paraguay rum is just one of my all-time favorites, guys. It was one you don't get here, and I'll bring it someday. It's a blend of Belize and Paraguay rum called the Gran Anejo that we only get in France. And someday I'll bring you a bottle. But
all right, so this is like the best of the sort of funky Jamaican style rum,
I love funky rums, and this is funky.
and yet it's got the more like matured cask sort of flavors.
This is kind of a weird blend of a funky rum, which I absolutely love, and a straight up, a straight up rum, and it's like a straight
wonderful.
up rum that has some funkiness to it. That
good. Yeah. That's a good distribution. It's kind of a straight up rum flavor, and by straight up I mean it's got those vanillas. It's got the sort
Classic.
of caramel.
molasses, wood notes, all that
all of those things that are in my favorite rums, but it adds a little funk to it, which I enjoy the funky rums, but I usually don't ultimately like them as well as the more traditional.
See, I'm a little opposite,
and I'm
all
digging
about the
this.
funky rum, and I love the funkiness of this.
Well, Ian often says on the show that we need the funk.
We want the funk.
Yeah,
Also,
gotta have the funk.
yes.
They're doing sign language over here that I don't fully understand, but it's
That's
okay.
Pierre Ferrand.
No Pierre.
Speak.
There's no Pierre.
No Pierre, just
No Pierre.
Ferrand.
Just Ferrand.
It's
Cognac Ferrand.
Maison Ferrand.
Maison Ferrand is the company. Cognac Ferrand is our cognac. Citadel Gin is our gin. And, of course, Planterey is our rum.
But Pierre Ferrand came up with the hand speak.
No. There is no Pierre.
There is no Pierre.
He never existed. We made him up. And we're sorry. We
Pierre
apologize.
is.
No, I'm kidding. No.
no.
We
That's not
have
entirely accurate.
removed the name Pierre from all Ferrand products, not as any sort of slight to anyone. It's just not about
Particularly
one.
not to Pierre.
It's not about one man. It's about 10 generations of cognac makers being carried on by Alexandre Gabriel and our team right now. So it's never about one man. It's about 10 generations in a community of cognac makers. That's why Pierre's not on
But
the
mostly about Pierre.
No.
No, I'm sorry I mentioned him.
Yeah.
Never do that again.
That's it, Austin. Kick his ass.
Also, just for the record, never bring up Billy Bob Ferrand
Billy Bob Ferrand.
because he was
Pierre's brother?
Well, he grew up out in the
So like
country.
Billy Carter,
yeah, kind of.
he likes to drink
Who
beer.
knew that you could make beer from cognac?
No,
No, you can't do that. You can't do that. It's a lie.
A question about your rum: do all Planterey rums go back to France for some aging in France?
Yes, except for
Cut and dry.
cut and dry.
Cut and dry.
Coconut rum.
And what is cut and dry? Coconut rum.
Yeah.
Well, it's it's a rum made with coconuts. It's not a
Currently
typical...
won Spirit of the Year.
Yes, well, yeah, we did. We got again for the third time, three time,
9 nominations,
Tales of the
3
Cocktail
victories.
New Spirit champion. We got it with Planterey Cut and Dry. We got it once before with Planterey Stiggins Pineapple, Mary's favorite.
Love that.
And
It's
we
the
got
best.
it once before
Yeah,
with
it's the best.
1840, our cognac.
Well, I got to tell you, everything you brought today was good. The Citadel Gin was amazing, all of them. And this is just like, this is
Amazing.
And that's a one-shot deal, so
That's
get it
like-
while you can
that's
because
like
the
candy.
next
That's what that
batch
is.
next year will be completely different.
all right. And I look forward to that too. Have a great week, everybody. Guys, you got to come back on the show because I feel like we only scratched the surface of the bad comedy here today. So,
True.
I'm always down for more bad comedy.
all right, let's do it then. Have a great week, my friends. We will be back soon. Thank you for drinking with us. It's Smoking and Toasted. Until we
Chin-chin.
meet again. Cheers, y'all.
Cheers, y'all.
It's that guy.